Arsenal are reportedly set to bring in their long-awaited number 9 before the end of the transfer window, but only if they get help from the player himself, while the Gunners receive an injury boost ahead of Sunday's big game against Man City, and more. All the latest Arsenal news with Now Arsenal. It was reported on Wednesday that Arsenal had made an official £60 million bid for Aston Villa star Ollie Watkins, just hours before the Gunners beat Girona in the UEFA Champions League. The offer was said to have been rejected by Villa, but now we have new and updated reports suggesting that the player himself has informed his side of his desire to join the Gunners. Watkins, a long-term target and a boyhood Arsenal fan, has been identified as a potentially key addition to Arsenal's title challenge. The Gunners currently sit second in the Premier League table, 6 points behind leaders Liverpool with a game in hand, and are keen to bolster their attacking options. While Kai Havertz has scored some important goals this season, with 14 in all competitions, many believe that Arsenal still lack a traditional number 9 capable of leading the line effectively. There are still a few days left until the end of the transfer window, and it is expected that Arsenal will return with an improved offer before the deadline expires. Journalist Charlie Haffenden reports that Aston Villa remain determined to keep hold of Watkins, but admit that a move could happen if a substantial offer is made. Villa manager Unai Emery has previously stated that every player has a price, a sentiment that has been reinforced by the recent departure of John Duran to Saudi Arabia. Meanwhile, Football Insider Alex Goldberg claims that Ollie Watkins is privately pushing for a move to Arsenal. That doesn't mean the transfer will be completed, but Arsenal should and could get help from the player himself. Watkins, who signed a new contract with Aston Villa last year, remains a key player for Emery's side with 3 years left on his current deal. Villa are reportedly reluctant to sanction his sale unless they can secure a suitable replacement, with João Felix emerging as a potential target. Despite links with RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko and Newcastle's Alexander Isak, Arsenal appear to be concentrating their efforts on signing England striker Watkins. Negotiations between the two clubs are ongoing as the Gunners push for a deal for the 29-year-old, who has been in decent form this season, scoring 11 goals and laying on 8 assists in 32 appearances. Should Aston Villa decide to sell, the transfer of Watkins, who turns 30 in December 2025, could represent a significant profit, as the club originally signed him from Brentford in 2020 for £22 million. However, all of this comes with the important disclaimer that if Watkins himself doesn't push for a move to his dream club, the deal won't happen, especially after John Duran's departure to Saudi. Apart from the bid made for Watkins, Arsenal have also seen another bid rejected in recent hours for highly rated teenage goalkeeper Deniz Eren Donmeza from Turkish side Adana Demirspor. As we have seen so vividly this season, the Gunners have placed a strong emphasis on youth development, with the likes of Ethan Nwaneri and Miles Lewis-Skelly emerging from the academy to break into the first team. Mikel Arteta has shown a clear willingness to trust young talent, and Arsenal have been actively strengthening their youth ranks in recent months. One of their latest targets is 16-year-old Donmeza, who has caught the eye of the club following his rapid rise in the Turkish Super League. The talented goalkeeper made his first team debut for Adana Demirspor at the age of 15 in May last year, and has since made 11 appearances for the top flight side this season. Donmeza's performances have also attracted the interest of Turkish giants Galatasaray and Fenerbahce. Speaking to Turkish outlet Radyaspor, club president Metin Korkmaz confirmed Arsenal had made a formal offer, but revealed it had been turned down. Our goalkeeper Deniz Eren Donmeza is only 16 years old and is performing exceptionally well in the Super League, Korkmaz said. All the big clubs in the Super League are interested in his transfer. We spoke with Galatasaray and they have a priority in this transfer. Arsenal sent an official offer of £2.5 million, which would see them pay the fee but allow Deniz to remain on loan with us for a year and a half before joining them, concluded Korkmaz. When it comes to the midweek game against Girona, backup first-team goalkeeper Norberto Neto made his debut for Arsenal after coming on loan from Bournemouth in the summer. The former Barcelona shot-stopper didn't get off to the best of starts for the Gunners. He almost conceded in the first minute after almost tripping over the ball, and was at fault for Girona's opening goal when he was caught off guard and way out of position. This situation was made worse when Neto tried to make a save with his hands outside the area, which would have been a red card had he made contact with the ball. Despite the early blunders, Neto saw out the rest of the match without incident, aided by goals from Jorginho and Ethan Nwaneri, which ensured Arsenal secured third place in their group behind Liverpool and Barcelona. In the hours that followed the game in Spain, Arteta backed Neto and stated he would trust him on Sunday against Man City if David Raya doesn't recover in time. Yes, that's why he's here to do that job, and he's done it for 20 odd years in his career, said the Arsenal boss. I'm very happy, first of all, that he played. It's been 7 months since he last played a match, and it's not easy, so I'm very happy that he played, and we won the game. There is a real possibility that the Brazilian keeper could start on Sunday, but The Athletic reported on Thursday that David Raya is expected to be available for selection. He travelled with the first team to Catalonia, but wasn't deemed fit enough to feature on the bench, with teenager Jack Porter named as the backup goalkeeper instead. However, there are no fears of a lengthy absence, and he is expected to return for the squad for the upcoming Premier League clash. The game at the Emirates is crucial not only for Arsenal's title hopes, but also their season as a whole. Currently 6 points behind leaders Liverpool, Arsenal are under pressure to take all 3 points against City. Meanwhile, Pep Guardiola's side, despite an inconsistent campaign, remain a formidable opponent and a direct threat to Arsenal's title hopes. With such a high-profile clash on the horizon, the availability of key players could be crucial to Arsenal's success. The return of David Raya will be a major boost, and Arteta will be hoping his side can put in a strong performance in what could be a crucial fixture in the title race. And in a story of the last few hours, if Arsenal fail to sign Ollie Watkins in the next day or day and a half, they may turn to Atalanta's Matteo Retegui, according to AFTV. The Italian has been in sensational form for the Bergamo club this season. The 25-year-old striker has taken Serie A by storm and tops the league scoring charts with 16 goals in 20 games. He is no stranger to the Arsenal faithful, having faced them in the Champions League earlier this season where his penalty was saved by David Raya in a goalless draw. AFTV host Robbie Lyle highlighted Arsenal's growing interest in Retegui, stating, "Here is one to watch, Matteo Retegui of Atlanta. This name emerged yesterday as a very serious contender for Arsenal to sign. Been told to take this one very seriously. Retegui has been having a great season for Atalanta. He's Argentinian but plays for Italy. He only just joined Atalanta last year, but he's been absolutely incredible. He really is the hot striker in Italian football at the moment. In fact, the top scorer in Italian football. Big rumours are going around that Arsenal could make a move for him before the end of the January transfer window. Valued at around £35 million, Atalanta will want more for him. Since joining from Genoa, he's really been on fire." So we'll be following all the news on Retegui, so don't miss the episode on Monday, 3rd of February, when the transfer window closes for Premier League clubs. And with all that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe to Now Arsenal and check more information on our media channels, the NowArsenal.com website, and our socials across Instagram, Twitter and Facebook you can find in the description below. Thank you for watching and see you on the next video when we bring you more news on Arsenal Football Club.